All right, and we are live. Good evening, everyone. Tonight we will be casting some Spy Party Competitive League Season 5, Week 7, Copper Division, QuickLime versus Calvin Schoolidge. And this is my co-caster, Paratroopa.
Good evening.
And this match is scheduled for 8:30 p.m. EST, should be starting in approximately 7 minutes. And so we're just going to take a little bit of time to go over the history behind this match. So here are the current standings in Copper Division. The match is between QuickLime and Calvin Schoolidge. So Calvin is currently in 5th place in the division with 1 win on the board and 2 draws. And QuickLime is a little bit lower down, 3 losses, 1 win. But that win did just come recently last week. So we're still early enough in the division just because this division has had a few dropouts, so there are a lot of matches that weren't played. People automatically got points for them. So even though we're at week 7, Calvin doesn't have a lot of matches yet, but what's important is that he does not have any losses. So 1 win, 2 draws. If you don't lose, if you just keep getting wins, you can easily shoot up to the top here.
Yep, still a lot of matches to be played. Those dropouts do mean that you play fewer matches total, so wins and losses matter a lot in this division right now.
That's true, and QuickLime does have 3 losses, but did just get a win last week. You know, momentum is a big thing, and maybe how you feel good after getting that first win, it propels you to keep improving, keep practicing, maybe get some more in here. QuickLime's
Absolutely.
win was against Ninja Fairy, who's a bit lower on the scoreboard, whereas Calvin's win was against Alexair, who's also pretty high up. So I would say Calvin definitely seems like the God. What's the opposite of an underdog? An
The
overdog?
favorite?
Favorite. Yes, Calvin is the overdog favorite in this match.
I do
However,
like Overdog, though.
I like overdog. We're gonna start saying overdog from here on out. And if Calvin does get a win, that will boost him up to a score of 12, putting him tied for third and in pretty good contention to rise to
Yeah,
the top of the division.
Calvin really does have a good opportunity here to kind of seize some momentum and potentially climb to near the top of the scoreboard here.
Yeah, a win would be big for Calvin here. And if we look at the stats, even with so few games played, there are some very impressive stuff from Calvin here. Sniper stats, the win rate is 64%, and
Yeah,
those are all from spy shots. And if you look at the bars, it compares it to the division average, and Calvin's is way above the average in this place.
yeah, it's pretty impressive.
We also have a 0% timeout stat, which I love as a caster, just because it means if the stat holds true, Calvin is going to be taking shots at the end of every match. And you're always curious to see, did QuickLime see this stat? Does QuickLime think that maybe Calvin always shoots someone, so QuickLime could play a game where they idle, don't finish missions, and hope a shot comes off? Or will Calvin, finally bring that 0% up by successfully letting QuickLime time out?
Yeah, it's potentially one of those things that's subject to a little bit of small sample size. We have seen this sort of stat before, and then seen someone actually play a patient game and wait on the shot. Because sometimes these people, when you play against an aggressive spy, you take shots. So sometimes it's just a matter of who you play as well as what your style is and how many games you've played. So we'll see if
Yes.
that continues to hold true.
All right, so I've got the draft code. I'm going to get that open. All right, as we're just waiting for the first picks to be made, we can take a quick look at QuickLime's stats. They're definitely a bit lower across the board, but QuickLime does have a lot of games played. QuickLime was in Challenger, joined Challenger in Season 3 and did very well. Got, I believe, second place in that division with a total of 6 wins, 2 ties, 2 losses. And then joined Challenger again the next season. Maybe took a little bit of a break and joined in a bit later with more average results, but enough to be placed here in Copper. So the sniper win rate does concern me a little bit. It is below the division average. The spy stats are pretty good though. 52% I believe is considered pretty decent for spy.
Yeah, that seems like it's pretty decent.
Yeah, I was watching one of QuickLime's matches last week, and if we get something similar to that, I think we'll be in store for a lot of exciting finishes. Always trying to complete a mission at the end, even if it means, walking up to the ambassador and bugging them, taking shots as well during mission win countdown is something to potentially look forward to tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
We're still waiting on the first pick, so I have a few predictions here. Just looking at the stats, we can see that QuickLime picks Ballroom Pub the most. And that makes sense. 67% spy win rate on Ballroom is pretty good.
It's interesting to see Pub be one of the most picked maps. Don't see that a lot from a lot of players.
Yeah, it could be from the previous season because Pub did used to be a 4 of 7 map instead of 3-5
okay.
like it is now.
Is that true of High Rise as well? Because I noticed that both Pub and High Rise have a lot of games played
I don't
for
think it's
QuickLime.
true of High Rise, but maybe someone in the chat has a better idea.
I'm new here. I don't know.
Yeah, I think High Rise has always been the 3 of 5. It has the choke point, which is sort of I don't know how to describe it, between the living room and the side
Yeah,
area.
yeah, for sure.
And so I think people prefer not to play it with more guests because then the party guests get stuck there a lot.
Hmm.
So if you look at just this season for QuickLime, though, there haven't been any ballroom picks, and Pub only picked once.
Yeah, so maybe not as comfortable with the Pub 3-5 variant. Who knows?
Yeah, Courtyard, pretty big pick this season. But if we see Courtyard today, I'll be really curious to see how Calvin does because Calvin's sniper win rate on Courtyard so far is 100%. Low sample
Based on
size.
4 games, but
Yeah,
yeah,
4 sniper games, 4 wins though.
there's some sniper yard for you.
Hmm.
I did notice that QuickLime is interestingly more averse to the 5-8 maps than most people. Has several bans on Library and Veranda, and doesn't have any 5-8s as most picked. It's just a little bit more unusual.
Yeah, I'm just getting word from Calvin that there may have been a little scheduling error, maybe some sort of time difference.
Uh-oh.
So please just hold with us as we sort this out and figure
Yeah.
that. But, these things happen sometimes. All right, so we are finally moving on to our main event, and they are going at it. The coin flip is happening. Let me get those picks and bans up. All right, so if anyone does want to, let anyone who was waiting know that the real match is starting now, maybe post a quick thing in Discord as we get these picks and bans up. So first ban comes from QuickLime, and it is Aquarium, any 4 of 8. First ban from Calvin is, you're going to boo this one as well. It is
It's
High
TM.
Rise.
Oh, it's High Rise. Okay.
And now we have the picks coming.
I don't mind
QuickLime's
fighting High Rise.
first
That's
pick
fine.
is Pub. I think we were speculating
Ah,
about that because a lot of Pub picks last season.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a little bit more of a novel pick. So
Calvin
that's going
picks
to be fun.
Courtyard, which I was saying I believe 100% sniper rate
And
there
that,
so far.
and that is not a novel pick, but that will also be fun.
No, but I'm curious to see if the sniper win rate can keep up there.
Yeah,
Next, we
that'll be a
get
good
a
story.
pick of Gallery from QuickLime,
All right. Yeah,
and the
avoiding those
final
five
pick,
eights.
yeah, avoiding the 5/8s. And Calvin doesn't like the 5/8s either, I believe you said. Or no, it's QuickLime who doesn't.
I think it's just QuickLime.
Yeah, Calvin doesn't really have enough picks and bends yet for me to really see any trend.
Yep.
Taking a little while to think about this one, though. The others came in really, really quickly. But I do like the pub pick. When your opponent counters high rise, you might think they don't like 3 of 5, so you pick one.
Yeah,
And
that
we
is
get the
definitely
final
possible.
pick, which is Ballroom.
All right. No five eights today.
No 5/8s today. And all right, checking out the game. Uh, has anything started yet? No. Looks like we're just gonna wait for them. Oh, yeah, they've gotten into the match.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
loading it.
starting this soon.
Great. Loading this up, resetting the scores from KCM versus Minty. Getting rid of this infinite bug tooltip. Go away, books. Just letting them know that we are ready. They're confirming with us, and it looks like we are about to go.
Yep, we're gonna get some pub with bug and swap off.
Yep.
Oh, and going for all the soft tells.
That is interesting to have the bug off.
I think it's relatively common.
It's relatively common. It depends on, the player level. I think at the higher
Yeah.
levels, they assume the sniper will always be able to catch a bug. So to turn bug off, I think sort of means you're respecting your opponent. All right, I've got it up and ready. You good?
Yes, I'm good.
3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right, Calvin's on rocker and is gonna. Oh, I thought it was gonna step the statue right away, but goes to the window. Sizing up the party for now. Innocent watch check.
Yeah, the ST is in conversation, and I bet we're going to go join them, get that first flirt, and that's exactly what's
Yep.
happening. We're talking pretty quickly after entering the conversation. It's a sign that you don't think the sniper's really going to catch that.
I don't think snipers usually do. Although on this 3-5 Softel map,
Yeah, the
it's a little
ambassador
different.
is in conversation with us, but there's no way to walk behind them and get a bug there. Oh, bug
Oh
is
no,
off. Bug is
bug is
off.
off anyway.
Well, I said there was no way to walk behind them and bug, and I was I was correct. There is no
So are we
way.
going for this statue? We're going for this fingerprintable statue in the back, I think. That's what we're doing. There's a
Yeah.
fingerprint on this.
Yeah, and that's definitely one of the most suspicious things you can do if QuickLime remembers that there was a print there, because the AMBA was in conversation for a while.
Yeah, there wasn't really a lot going on in the party at this point, so I think it's very possible to have tracked that fingerprint, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the ambassadors on the move might leave their briefcase here.
We really didn't have a lot of bar visitors so far, so that's a thing that doesn't really have to be tracked too much right now.
No. So my question is Calvin taking a drink for the purloin, or did they want to pause for a moment so they have an excuse to get the briefcase that was left at the window?
That would be interesting. That would be very aggressive to take another fingerprint this early.
Yeah, but they can't
Really
get to the
testing
briefcase.
QuickLime's. But Smallman took it instead.
Smallman
Okay.
took it, and Smallman is a highlight, presumably for statues, and that's going to put Smallman up. It's going to shoot Smallman up to the top of the suspect list.
Yes, plus he's Smallman.
Plus, he's Smallman. I don't think this is a map where Smallman is particularly effective. There's no.
No,
Really
not
hide.
particularly. I didn't notice that he picked up the briefcase, though, so there is that.
That's true, especially because it was right there at the window. He's shorter than the window.
Okay, we're gonna take this delegate. I think this will be in time to get the purloin off, so we'll see how this works. Are we gonna try to do a banana bread here?
Yeah, cover up the fact that the purloin's being taken. Of course,
That'd be interesting to... You have seduce progress, so you don't need to do the banana bread.
Right, you don't need to. You could do a silent game if you think you're getting
No,
another
timer
fingerprint.
expired just at the last moment there. I thought that was going to be off in time, but we waited just a little bit too long before
Yeah,
actually doing the purloin.
and Calvin takes the banana bread right after the purloin
So
fails.
that's great that we were in the conversation with the DA, so we had a backup plan. Except the DA bailed, so never mind.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Basically, it looks
Whew.
like Calvin was waiting to see if the purloin went off, and then when it didn't, he decided that he needed to get a contact, and unfortunately,
Yeah,
the timing didn't work.
I don't think that was a bad idea. But now that ST also decides to leave the conversation, and
No, it's going to be really hard to finish here.
I think we need to do a timeout. That's really our only choice because the DA is not in conversation.
Calvin's going for it right at the windows there,
Yeah, it's the only
checking
thing we can do,
watch,
and
and it
it's
was a
seen.
white. It was seen.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's how it goes on pubs sometimes. That's one of the big problems with the Softel, all the Softel missions is that when your plans go awry, you don't have any way to fix it by just like doing a swap finish or something like that because swap is off. You just kind of have to go for the time ad and hope because there was definitely not going to be a shot there. Like maybe you hope for a shot on Smallman, but Smallman didn't do anything after that fingerprint.
Yeah. All right, next game is starting up. QuickLime is now up 1-0. So if we look at the missions, it looks like QuickLime is keeping the bug off, both players respecting each other's ability to notice it. All right, just let me know when you
Yep,
are ready.
I'm good.
3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right, so we've got QuickLime on Seek here. Also stepping into an innocent Windows here.
Yeah, I'm not sure
I
what the
do like
camera's looking at.
I do like stepping into Windows at the start of pub just to kind of survey the party. This is a map where you really want to be aware of what the other guests are doing.
Yeah, and there's also just a lot of spots on this map. I think it's something that really differentiates it from the other 3-5s. You know, there's 4 conversation circles, there's a wide bar, 2 statues in completely different locations, and a lot of
And look at
window.
this, we've got 3 statue visitors already on this map. This is big for QuickLime.
Yeah, and QuickLime is not one of them. If QuickLime's watching that, you know, maybe he's thinking that he'll try to win without the statues at this point. Or thinking,
Yeah, or even try a frame.
yeah,
If any of these guests decide to do more spy-like things.
T-Flame asks who's higher in the rankings. It is Calvin Schoolidge who's higher in the rankings, but still mostly untested, with not a lot of games played so far.
Yep. So QuickLime has the opportunity here to make up some ground in the standings, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of a nice little bounce on Irish there, but I don't think it was seen or anything.
Yeah, I did like that bounce, but
Oh, we are going to go into statues, so we're going to lean into the fact that there's a lot of statue visitors here.
yeah, a lot of
And hope
statue
to-
visitors.
Hope to make it a tough choice.
Yeah, we're just 1 of 4 at this point. And we're just hoping that the timing that we went looks a little better than the
Oh.
people who went at the start.
I think we had a little bit of a missed pad on the bar there.
I think so as well. It looks like he took a little step.
We are going to take the delegate, of course. Rocker also took the delegate, or potential delegate there, but stepped into an empty conversation circle, so
Yeah.
not
So-
really as suspicious as it could have been.
Now the question is, who are we going to delegate to? Will it be one of the highlights?
Oh, that was slick. We were totally going to try to get in that circle with Rocker, and then she left, and we just walked right by it.
Yeah, and unfortunately now we're next to 2 people who were not highlight. We delegated to Sari, and she's going to go get the list for us, but she's not one of the statue highlights.
No,
And
that's a little bit unfortunate.
yeah, I think
Rocker
that's
did-
unfortunate.
Has that briefcase been sitting there for a while? I can't remember. Because Rocker just picked it up and could have a fingerprint off of it. The purloin does come off, and I think it looks like Calvin saw it.
Was it seen, or is Calvin only seeing it now? No, that list is clearly already gone when Rocker takes the drink. We're following QuickLime around. Are we going to take the shot? No, we're taking lowlights, so we're not certain who did it, but we are certain who couldn't have done it.
So now you don't have enough time to finish this seduce.
No,
So
you
you're
have to
probably
get
going
a
to have to try to get
contact.
this contact, and that's going to be scary.
You gotta
We
go
do
for
have a
it
lot of
now.
people in conversation now, though. Now
But
here's what
a
call do you
missed shot
make?
could come off. The sniper's not going anywhere near QuickLime right now.
Yeah, just wasn't sure about that Purloin delegate,
No, it looks like
and that
Calvin wasn't onto the purloin and just wasn't sure who could be finishing with that banana bread with so many statue highlights.
yeah, that's really interesting. So all the statue inspectors really paid off there. It made it hard to take a shot, I think. And we see QuickLime going up 2-0 on his map.
Yeah, that's a very good start for QuickLime considering he's the underdog in this match. The party definitely worked to his favor there,
For
but
sure. I was a little bit surprised to not see a shot. I just wasn't sure who the shot was going to be on.
yeah, and I think it could be one of the cases where Calvin just wasn't sure who could have finished, so thought it's better to just wait in case there's a timeout rather than guess at one of the 5 statue visitors.
Yeah, that BB was nasty too. Like both SDAs were in conversation with several people, so it was just really hard to tell.
Yeah, all right. 3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right, so we got Calvin on Twin.
We are still AI controlled though, so we entered a completely useless conversation, or as some people would call it, an innocent
Yep.
conversation.
So this is interesting. We have a statue inspector, but it's a suspected double agent. So Calvin won't know that Duke is not frameable. Something to keep in mind for later.
Yeah, that would be really unfortunate if you tried to frame Duke. And it does happen sometimes, and it's always really, really tragic to watch.
That was a lucky thing for QuickLime in that last match too. Was that everyone who picked up a statue was not an SDA,
Yes.
and Rocker was the flirt target, so you knew that she wasn't.
Yeah, and she's the
Speaking
flirt
of
target
Rocker,
again, apparently.
Flirt target again.
We got her at the windows, and
We could step in and get a fingerprint off this drink because the Amba has just taken a drink.
yeah, and it looks like
This
that's
is-
what we're gonna do. That was probably
And this
the
is
plan.
a tough fingerprint to track, so this is a good move. We've also got a fingerprint on the back statue, so potentially could go and take that as well. Nobody's smudged it yet. It's been a while.
That's good. I wonder if Calvin is tracking that. Wonder if
Oh,
QuickLime is.
oh no, never mind.
What happened?
I thought the Ambo was going to pick up the other statue, but he didn't.
Wow,
Pearls
that
is
would have
gonna
been
take it
big.
instead.
But we do have another statue visitor in Pearls. So at least there are some statue visitors we can possibly frame here. A minute 47 seconds left. We have to get another print. We have to finish the seduce and then do one more mission. Hopefully the contact.
All right, so we delegate to Rocker here, who we know is not an SDA because she's our flirt target, which can be a good choice, I think.
Yeah, so the guest list is going to go as soon as Rocker
But this
takes
isn't. No, this expires. It was off too late.
Ah, no. That's unfortunate. The Amba stands right next to us.
So
Oh, but there's no
take
bug.
the contact, but we take the contact, but the DA bailed just as we started the white. Unfortunately, I really do think that we're probably going to have to take that fingerprint on the back statue there if we know it's there, or the fingerprint on this front stat. Oh no, he's not at statue again. He's at window. I'm on sniper view. Sorry.
So there's still a fingerprint on that left statue?
I believe so.
Is Calvin going for it? No.
No, he's going for the other statue, which will not have a fingerprint on it.
Yeah, it looks like Calvin didn't know that there was still a print over there.
I believe there is. I'm not 100% confident, but I don't believe anyone else has been to that statue.
Gets a highlight for it, and maybe no shot coming off because the double agent left, so it could be that QuickLime knows that Calvin didn't have real BB, or
It's
just
possible.
not certain about it.
It looked like it was impossible for there to be a real BB. So, could just be patient here.
Oh, we're entering with the double agent again.
And they leave.
It's not looking good. 16
We're
seconds
gonna have
left.
we have to time
Get
out
that
here. We don't even have
briefcase.
time to do the purloin. Or
What an opportunistic briefcase
briefcase,
pickup.
yes.
Will it get him shot? It's not happening yet. Start chasing
might
the
be
Amba.
okay.
No shot coming off.
See,
Oh!
oh!
It
The
comes off
overtime,
right at the
and
last
there's the shot.
second.
If it had been just a little bit earlier before overtime went off, we might have gotten away with it.
Yeah, it
Because
looked like
that
QuickLime wasn't sure right away, just needed a little bit of time to process it because he didn't notice how opportunistic it was, like standing right next to the Amba as they were leaving, picking it up immediately.
unfortunately there just weren't a lot of statue visitors in that one. And even if we didn't catch the drink fingerprint, that having the briefcase at the end with overtime going off is very suspicious.
Yeah, all right. They've started the next game immediately, so I am ready.
I'm ready to.
3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right, so QuickLime is looking to potentially sweep Pub here, up
Yeah,
3-0.
3-0. That's, again, really impressive as
It
the
is.
underdog.
Oh, and we've got small man flirt target at statues. I love it. For QuickLime, you have to take note of that. Keep that in your pocket for later.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, the seduction target is always a really good person to delegate to anyway because you're already going to be standing next to them. And if you can
Yes,
frame them, that's just a
and
bonus.
you know that they're not the SDA as well, which is really helpful.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people pick Smallman as their seduction target because that way he will never be an SDA. He will definitely be a suspect.
Yeah. We get a 31% on the flirt here. That's a little bit of a scary number. Gonna need a green.
Banana bread.
And we take this banana bread, but there's a lot of people moving in conversation right now. Unfortunately, that knocks out small man. That was not a good BB.
No, and that's
We
5
got
lowlights.
so many lowlights off of that. That was very aggressive. We also, I think, started to highlight for real BB, but we took it back.
Yeah, the
I don't
highlights
think-
were
don't
sort of
even think
bouncing
we
around
did.
there.
We have so many lowlights. That was really unfortunate. As small man went back to the statue.
Yeah, if Smallman...
Just
oh,
a
and wow, we're going to
flaunt.
flirt with him at the pad. Oh, we missed the pad.
Oh no!
Not
no,
only
no.
did we miss it, we missed it
No.
twice. We're highlight for it, but I think a shot's
that was
coming.
seen. This is going to be a hard ask to win this one now.
This one's already over.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to build up some hope here, but I just don't see it after that missed pad. The only way is if Calvin is questioning himself, saying, could I really have seen that? Two missed pads in a row?
And now we're going to try this delegate, perhaps, but do we even know who's been low-lit? I wonder.
Well, we are in a conversation with two people who weren't low-lit, so...
Yes, so that this is the only way it could even possibly work, although I'm a little skeptical.
No, and the other non-low-light, Kane, Morgan, Papa Danger, is returning the briefcase, so getting a print. But I think Calvin's not going to shoot anyone else at this point. I think Calvin's just waiting for QuickLime to do something else.
Yeah.
And, you know, you wonder what QuickLime is thinking. Does QuickLime feel like they were caught for that missed pad? And trying to maybe lay low?
I would feel like the answer is probably yes, but I'm not sure.
QuickLime's going for a
we do pick up the briefcase.
print here. There was a
that
very
was
strange path to return that briefcase.
Yeah, that was a little bit odd. We just did a little bit of a weaving there.
A shot doesn't come off, though. You know, both
No.
of these instances, I thought a shot was going to come off immediately, and it didn't. Are we going to immediately
Oh, yeah, the safety's off.
We're delegating, but the safety comes off. You know, Calvin's had enough. Doesn't even want to wait for another mission.
I
He
think that
knows
Calvin was off a long time ago, so
Yeah, he
not
knew
surprised
it.
to see that. Yeah.
And he just didn't want to let QuickLime do anything else.
Might have been suspecting that he was going to just directly take the list there, and just.
That's what I thought might happen with how low
I
the
thought it might
timer
happen
was.
too, because there wasn't really that much of a choice at that point, except to just wait and get shot anyway.
No, so Calvin does manage to get 1 point on Pub, preventing QuickLime from sweeping it, but QuickLime probably still feeling good about that 3-1 on the first venue. And so now we're moving into our second venue, which will be Courtyard.
A little bit more of a standard venue. I did enjoy that pub set, though.
Yeah, and this was Calvin's selection. Calvin with that so far 100% 4 out of 4 sniper wins on Courtyard, and we're going to see if Calvin's able to keep that up.
It's interesting, though, because typically known as a sniper favored map, QuickLime has a little bit of advantage here if he could just win all of his sniper games.
Yeah. Great. Three, two, one, play in it.
We got Calvin on Alice here. Stepping in a window, surveying the party. Oh, we do an immediate watch check and we get it. It's green.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a reaction from the sniper.
Look at this. I think we have someone at all 4 statues right now.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
a lot.
That's a lot of statue highlights. The only thing about 4 people being at statues at the same time is maybe none of them could finish their inspects because one of the statues is taken.
Yeah, it's unclear. It's a little bit difficult to track because you only need 2 inspects, so you have some time to kill when you're doing your 2-side.
It's true. QuickLime maybe isn't certain if any of them could have gotten the second inspect before or after someone put them down. And it's also sort of a strong mental tax on QuickLime to be remembering that those highlights only have 1 statue, maybe. So
Absolutely.
to notice if
Honestly,
they go back.
With 4 people all at statues, it's really hard to tell who could have and who couldn't have completed inspects. I would say nearly impossible.
Yeah, and OwnNoob has a good point. This would be a really good time to go swap and make them think that a green swap happened and see if they can really remember.
That could work. Pretty good banana bread here. Maybe. Oh, we're gonna take lowlights.
We're assuming real.
We're assuming real. Oh, and we safety off on Boots? I don't even think Boots was in a conversation when that went off.
No, and so now Calvin's going to get the statue visit.
Yeah, are we gonna try a swap, or are we just gonna inspect?
I think it's definitely too late to frame someone for a green swap, and too early to try to do a swap of your own.
Yeah, I think that's probably the correct call, to just take the inspects, and just lean to the fact that there's been so many inspects. And fortunately, almost none of them got low lit by the BB, so we still got quite a few highlights here. We take the fingerprint here right after the inspects.
Yeah, so that indicates that we're not going to try to finish with a hard tell. We're going to see if we can get another print. And I think that's a good choice once you've done a timeout. It gives you an extra 45 seconds to get that last print, making it a lot more reliable and also maybe easier to space out your fingerprints so it's not super noticeable.
Yeah. So now we're going to actually do the real banana bread, because it wasn't real before. Did the DA bail?
Maybe.
Anyway,
it doesn't look like we're getting any more lowlights from this one. But
yeah,
remember,
that was a really nice BB.
We did give lowlights last time for assuming real, and it looks like we're taking even more lowlights by assuming this one is real as well. But I find that a little bit strange, because if you're hearing a second one, maybe the first one was fake, and who did you lowlight for that one?
That was a real interesting lowlight on Seek. We didn't lowlight Alice, though. Perhaps because Alice has the fingerprint? I'm not sure.
Did Seek have a statue highlight at that point?
Yes.
Interesting.
So that time that we had from the timeout is quickly ticking away. We're going to have to find another fingerprint somewhere here.
Yeah.
Seek had a conversation. It looked like he was in conversation. My bad, then.
Oh, we're taking a purloin instead. We're just hoping that it's not seen, but the tray is on screen. I think a shot's gonna come up. Oh no, it's not. There's people at statues. The sniper's not looking.
Oh wow. I was watching the statues. That was a good purloin.
It was a good purloin. It was actually well timed. I thought, maybe a little dicey because it was on screen, but there were so many statue visitors, and it looks like QuickLime was looking at those instead of at the tray, thinking maybe a swap was happening.
Purloin can be really dicey to get off on Courtyard, but sometimes it works when there's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's not, you don't have a lot of time to react to a white purloin there.
Yeah, and you had Smallman and Tex both at statues. Had to watch them instead.
Also, chat corrected me that Seek was out of conversation for that BB.
Ah, okay.
It was just a slow low light.
That makes more sense. It's impressive to pull off a win there, especially when you consider the number of lowlights. There weren't too many suspects to be watching at that time, but 2 people who weren't lowlit went to statues. One of them was Smallman.
That's right.
And one of them was Tex, who could be doing a swap, and it's hard to get the right angle on it with how large he is.
Hmm.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play in it.
So now QuickLime on Rocker could really use another spy win here to keep the advantage. And we try a bug and it doesn't take. I like the attempt though.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was seen by the sniper.
No, I don't think so. It was off screen.
Yeah, and that's how it often is with bugs that don't take. They don't take because you were too far away to get them, so the sniper might not really even be thinking you were bugging there anyway.
Yeah, the sniper wasn't even looking at the Amba at that point. They were swiveling around and didn't get there in time.
Yeah, so it was a nice attempt, but unfortunately just didn't work. Looks like we're pondering our next move a lot here, just going from a conversation to the window pad. The ambassador is putting the briefcase down. We're going to walk for it before they leave? No, we diverted.
That was a little bit of an odd path there, just going right through this conversation circle.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's that big a
We
deal,
bumped
but
into the edge of the map for a moment there too, but I don't think it was seen.
I don't think it's a big deal.
Oh no, someone else got the briefcase before we could, and we walked
Oh, I
away
thought
from
we
it a
were
little
going to get
slowly.
it, and then yeah.
Yeah,
That's
QuickLime's
really
not feeling
unfortunate.
very good right now. They spent a lot of time setting up to pick up that briefcase and didn't even get it. The ambassador is near us again. If we walk along the outside of this circle, we could take a bug, but the laser is right on it.
Yeah. Maybe see if the Amba walks away and we could try to go for this briefcase again.
Yeah, that Amba's leaving her briefcase lying around immediately. It was just returned to her, and she immediately put it back down.
Twin's going to take it, though, if we don't get it
Yeah, I
soon.
mean, after last time... Oh, it looks like QuickLime has decided that they don't want to risk going for the briefcase again, maybe in case Calvin noticed that they were going for it the first time.
We don't really have a whole lot of progress here, and time ticks away quickly on Courtyard. You don't have a lot of time.
No, we've rejected
To
a
get stuff
drink,
done.
and I don't think it was for a purloin, so we elected not to take the bug on the Amba earlier. We elected not to go for the briefcase again. We're not trying the purloin. You know, what are we going to try?
That's a good question. I mean, we can finish the Seduce, but other than that, we're going to have to get a bug off at some point.
Yeah, the Amba's right here. And I think we're going to have to try to go for the bug attempt here. Just wait, see if that laser moves for even a moment.
Could try the Purloin here. I don't think it's a good idea.
No, the Ambassador and the Tray are right in the same spot. The Sniper is all over it. We leave.
Oh, that was a little bit strange there. We were trying to go for the briefcase, I think. Or accidentally clicked to take the briefcase that we canceled out of it.
And we walked around the Amba, far enough
It
away to
doesn't-
not bug, but
Doesn't seem like it was seen that animation cancel, because that would have been
no, and
Banana bread.
we're not finishing here.
Yeah,
We're doing
too.
a banana bread. It is real, but it's not
Just
real
pray
with the
someone
intent
takes
to
a shot.
finish.
I don't think there's going to be a shot here.
No, if there's a shot, it would have come off by now. I don't think anything's going to happen.
There's the Purloin. It's a green.
Oh!
Oh!
A
Well, never mind.
Shot comes off on Taft.
I'm not sure what Taft did. I probably was at statues at some point.
Yeah, Taft was really just in that conversation. It must be that there was some previous suspicion there. I'm a little bit curious about the
That's-
timing of the shot, though, because you did wait 10 seconds
So
after the
am I.
banana bread, didn't you?
That was well after the banana bread, yeah. So must have just assumed that someone was going to finish, so we had to take a shot, I guess. Maybe just finishing flirt off.
Yeah, Legorov
possibly.
points out that Taft started talking
Yeah,
after another 10 seconds. Could have been flirting.
it's
But-
possible, yeah.
I think that's a really risky shot to take, to think that they still had a flirt left and that, you know, you're going to shoot just for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there was some suspicion on Taft, probably for something that we didn't quite catch, and it just...
It's possible that there was bug suspicion at some point that we just didn't see.
Yeah, and it looks like Calvin just really wasn't willing to let that match end and give Taft a victory if it was indeed Taft.
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play in it.
I believe, was it Calvin who had a 0% spy timeout rate as sniper?
Oh, I believe it may have been. Yes, I believe that was Calvin. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I guess Calvin was just not going to let a timeout happen.
I know how it feels to just assume that they're definitely gonna finish, so you can't like not shoot, right? But sometimes it happens. So we take this green seduce, but it's from the other side of the conversation circle, so it's not as good as it could have been. Although
No.
we're not super far away, we still have some proximity.
Yeah, and 42% is, I mean, it's a decent
It's
number.
all right.
It's as if you got a white flirt standing close to them, but better.
Samba's leaving their fingerprints there on that statue, and we're gonna take the briefcase. We can't. This is gonna be tricky. Okay, it's tricky to take the briefcase when the Amba's moving, because it's kind of hard to know what you should do with the briefcase at that moment.
Yeah, but it does look like it ended
That's
up
a good
being
return,
a good
I think.
return.
Now I wonder if we know that there's a fingerprint on the left statue, and he's gonna put a fingerprint on the other one as well.
Ooh, red banana
This is
bread
gonna be
incoming.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That's so
oh
visible.
no, it was
That's so
aborted.
visible.
It's visible.
I think that was seen.
And a
there's
shot,
the shot.
Comes off.
Oh, I was just gonna say that was a great banana bread because there were a lot of people in conversation.
Yeah, it would have been really good, but it was red and it got aborted for the extra long cough. Oh.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, I think
You
Calvin
hate
might
to
have
lose
just
that.
panicked there once they saw it was red. They tried to leave and it just doesn't work. At least just stay in conversation and do one cough. If you walk away, you're coughing, what, 3 or 4 times?
So that's gonna bring QuickLime up to 5-2, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct, if I haven't
We
made
got
any
we
mistakes.
got that spy win back to bring us back up into the 1-game lead there.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, play in it.
And now QuickLime on Duke. Gonna
Oh,
see. Oh, there's an immediate
early
bug
bug,
shot. No,
and we
no,
get
no,
shots!
no. I love chaos bugs, but that one was
That was
way
over
too
in an
visible,
instant. I think we have a
unfortunately.
moment to just rewatch that. Chaos bug and immediate shot. What did it look like from the sniper's point of view? Yeah, the arm just comes out in waves. Wow.
Yeah. It's just it was
So
there.
so Calvin does get
All
a
right.
point there. So
Good riddance, courtyard.
yeah, QuickLime is still up 5-3 though, going into the single picks. It's a pretty good position for QuickLime. So hopefully
Oh,
not
yeah,
too
absolutely.
tilted by that early shot there.
No, I do love the attempt at the bug. I love chaos bugs. I'm a big fan. Except when I'm not, so don't shoot me for it.
Yeah, so I need a moment here. That went too quickly for me. So that was so now QuickLime is back as sniper. Is that correct?
Yes, QuickLime is going to be sniping Calvin as looks like Seek here.
Looks like Seek. Yeah, I didn't even have time to really update the spy. All right, 3, 2, 1, play in it.
And QuickLime's up 5-3, so still in a really good position. Has the 1-game lead still.
Yeah, if you can just, do some sniper party, just keep trading wins here, hold serve, QuickLime will come out of this with a win.
Yeah. Ooh, a little bit of an interesting conversation entry there, but I don't think it was seen. Not a big deal.
No, Sniper taking some statue highlights at the moment. Not really paying any attention to Calvin, who isn't doing much at this point. Unfortunately, this conversation didn't have much to offer us. There was no ST, no double agent.
Yeah, it was a big conversation, but nothing going on there, so...
Looks like we were trying to follow our ST out front, but she leaves.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a really good time to, just fake a turnaround, fake a redirect, or at least go to Windows and go back inside, because now you've entered a useless conversation again.
The sniper honestly wasn't even watching. They were zoomed in, so it's not like it would have been seen. You could have done whatever you wanted.
Yeah, so instead it's a quick conversation leave. So I definitely think Calvin could have reacted a bit quicker there. And that's really just the danger on Gallery. You have to walk so far if you're chasing that seduction target, and you really don't want to get stuck in a conversation like that. But
yeah, this is one of those maps where I feel like you really have to take your spots. When you have the person next to you, you've got to get it done.
Yeah, so we do get the first flirt now after entering next to Alice. 34%.
Speaking of taking your spots when you have them, there's the real banana bread. It's an okay banana bread.
Yeah, it looks like there's a
We
lot
got
of
4
people at the
lowlights off
back.
of it.
Yeah, okay, those lowlights were coming
5.
off a little bit slowly.
That's not great. It's not great, but also you have to take your banana bread sometimes when you get it. We have the green purloin coming off, by the way, here. So we're going to see if Twin takes it. No, not Twin. I'm sorry. Someone behind him.
Oh yeah, I think that might be Wheels down
Wheels.
there.
Wheels takes the purloin, and the list is gone now.
Yeah, and so it should be visible for the sniper. Yeah, everyone in that conversation is getting highlight for the
Yep.
potential
Quick
purloin.
lime's taking these low lights. Good
Lowlights
reaction.
for everyone not near it. Now, the fact is that Calvin was in that conversation and darted off. You know, if Calvin had gone outside instead of the bookcase, he could very easily have gotten a low light as well.
Yes.
But we are
I
back in a
don't
useless
know.
conversation.
It's hard to say how suspicious Calvin is for this green purloin. We're not being laser burned right now, so that's a good sign.
No, we are out in front.
We are watching Wheels pretty carefully, but Wheels hasn't really done anything lately
No, and
since the purloin.
that's unfortunate. You know, you want the person who took the purloin to go be active, or at least do one other mission. But it's not happening.
Oh, here's the swap. Here's the swap. It's a green
It's
swap.
green.
We're not even getting highlight for going to the stat. Never mind. We get. No, we don't get highlight.
Yeah, we
do
get the
look at
highlight.
the statue. We see it's not. So this could be bad news for Calvin. QuickLime did look down to see if that was a
Oh,
swap.
and a low light is gonna do the swap.
Oh boy, this is gonna be bad. I think QuickLime's on this.
I think so as well, with a low light taking it. No!
Oh no! Never mind. Was not
Shot
on
comes
as
off
much
on
as I
the
thought.
twin. The twin, I believe, was someone who was in conversation. Got highlight as a potential person who could have done the purloin.
Twin was the one I thought was going to take the purloin, but he already had a drink in his hand. So
yeah, and
could
then
have still
look, the
been
twin
assumed.
after that went and got the briefcase, and then goes to the bookcase.
Yeah, did some aggressive play there. So that's an understandable shot, and really unfortunate because I really thought that QuickLime might be on that statue. Because the twin was never there at the statue.
All right, next game is starting up. 3, 2, 1, playing it.
So once again, QuickLime on the hot seat here, trying to keep that lead with a spy win on Taft. We're going into a interesting statue. Yeah, we're gonna have to cancel out of that, but that's okay. That's not necessarily spy-like.
No, in fact, it could be pretty good if you get the cancel at the exact right timing.
Yeah, it actually looked pretty natural. I think QuickLime handled that well.
Yeah, I was updating the
my
scoreboard. Did
eyes,
QuickLime
anyway.
get a statue highlight for going to the statue and then lose it, or did they never have
Yes,
one?
I believe so.
Okay. So that's at least some sort of good indication that the sniper didn't think there was anything too weird about it.
Yeah. We got Small Man going to statues.
Yeah, Smallman is a very good choice on gallery usually because he can sort of hide at the back behind the conversation
Yeah.
circle and you can't necessarily see if he's doing a purloin or if he's at the bookcase. So if Smallman is active here, Smallman could very well get shot. We tried to get a fingerprint from the bookcase, but it was smudged, and so we weren't able to do it. We do a little 360 turn, bouncing into wheels there.
Yeah, that wheelchair took up a lot of room there. You know, it's hard to get around.
So now
We're in a conversation here. Not really a whole lot going on, so we just leave.
yeah, and that makes sense. I wonder if we're going to keep trying to get fingerprints. The ambassador is leaving one on a statue right now, but it looks like our main plan is to enter this conversation with the double agent.
That makes sense. Get this off right now. There's a lot of people moving around, so might be wise to take a second. Also, Small Man's not in conversation. Small Man's gonna get the low light here. A lot of people started moving at the start of that banana bread, and we're gonna correctly take the low lights on Salmon there.
Calvin's on this, getting all the lowlights.
That's kind of unfortunate. That's not really QuickLime's fault there.
No, but a large number of partygoers are knocked out at this point, which is going to make it pretty difficult for QuickLime to finish missions unsuspected.
And I'm so sad about the Small Man highlight, or low light, because I was really hoping to see if maybe he'd get shot.
Yeah, that's what I was looking forward to as well. I wish QuickLime had been noticing that. But you do have to take the contact when you get it.
Yeah. Emba's leaving a fingerprint on that statue, and Alice is smudging the other one.
Looks like we're going for the briefcase.
Take the briefcase.
It's a little bit late to start fingerprints, though. You only have a minute left to hope for the Amba to give you another one.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Amba left a fingerprint on a statue that we can't finish inspects with.
No, and
We're
there
going to
wasn't
try
even
the
a
difficult
fingerprint
here.
on that briefcase, so we're gonna go for inspects. We might just get shot for it, even though we're not really anywhere near done being with missions. It's
Actually, I
kind of
might
an
be wrong. This
unfortunate
isn't.
state.
This is actually a fingerprint at all. The fingerprint's already gone. So we just finished inspects.
Yeah, QuickLime's been on a journey to get fingerprints this game, and it just hasn't been happening, unfortunately. I think a time ad. You have to do a time ad, or just
Could
hope
try a
that
bug
someone
here.
gets
Could
shot.
try a bug here. Don't take the bug. Sniper was not watching the Amba going through the doorway at that moment. That bug would have been unseen if we took it, but
It looks
unfortunately
like
we
we're
didn't
not going
take
to
it.
go for a time ad. We're just going to time out. Remember, Calvin
Are we
has
going
that
to hope?
0% timeout rate.
That's right. Are we going to hope that Calvin takes a shot here? Because it
No,
doesn't
we're
look
doing a
like.
time ad right at the last second, but a shot was about to
Oh!
come off on Irish, but it
Oh
didn't.
no! But the time ad, and now we're laser burning Taft, and that's going to be a
And the
shot.
shot comes off.
I don't know if Calvin was actually planning to shoot there. He might have been waiting for overtime.
No, I don't know
So,
either. I can go back and take a look at it really quickly.
oh boy, that was. There's a little bit of drama there.
Look
Though.
at that.
That might have just been.
The safety comes off, and then it's right at the moment the time ad happens, and the safety immediately comes back on.
I still wouldn't be surprised if Calvin was waiting for overtime, though. So, yeah, I don't know. That's an
Yeah.
interesting happening there.
Yeah.
If he was planning to take this shot, that's an incredible reaction time to see the time ad and to hold off.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to say it was a reaction, because it was instantaneous.
That would have been really difficult to do.
So we're moving into the last map. Calvin has tied it back up 5-5, so QuickLime
sweeps
will
the
have to
two
win
gallery.
both of these in order to get the win here, but a tie party is still possible.
Yep. So every win here is a point.
All right, 3, 2, 1, playing it.
We've got Ballroom, another very crowded map. Very kind of similar to Gallery in that respect, in my opinion.
Yeah, that could indicate Calvin will have a good time here.
We're going to check watch immediately. It's white. We'll see if QuickLime is on this.
Doesn't look like
I'm
any lowlights coming off.
Uncertain that there was a reaction. That time ad may have been clean.
Toby's with us, but we reject the drink instead of taking the purloin. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
you've got the time ad. You can take your spots here.
Contact comes
Midnight
off.
Bride comes off. It knocks out a statue visitor there, but that is otherwise fine.
Yeah,
That's
a lot
solid
of people.
BB.
A lot of people in conversation. Checking our watch again.
Little dangerous to check watch there, having already done a time ad.
Yeah, they might only notice the time ad late and think you did it right then.
Mm-hmm. We also had Seek checking watch there, and he's going to go to statues. Meanwhile, we're in kind of an innocent conversation here, just hanging out, using some of our free time given to us by the time ad to just kind of idle a bit.
Calvin did a sort of hard redirect there. Looked like they were walking over to the painting and they just shifted, decided they were going to go to statues instead to pick up the first inspect.
It was not seen. QuickLime was zoomed in far on the tray, wanted to see if there's a purloin there, but there wasn't.
No, and I think that's an AI-like
was
redirect
off-screen.
anyway, because there's no real reason why a spy would do a move like that. Yeah, OP in chat pointing out it was a briefcase redirect. I figured it was something like that, or a spot getting taken somewhere, so I don't think that redirect would look bad at all, and I don't think QuickLime was really thinking anything of it.
QuickLime didn't even see it anyway, so it doesn't matter. We do take the briefcase here. I don't know if this has a fingerprint on it.
Doesn't look like there's any fingerprint coming off.
No.
Pretty clean return though, so there's that at least, but...
Yeah, so somewhat AI-like, I suppose, if you're tracking that it doesn't have a fingerprint on it.
Yeah, the question is, does QuickLime know it doesn't have a fingerprint, or is he just going to credit Calvin for it?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't sure about it myself, so it's hard to say. We're watching this purloin like a hawk. And Calvin correctly does not take the purloin. That would have been worrying.
We do take a bug. We walk right by the ambassador
Oh yeah,
and
look
bug
at
them
that.
as we're walking behind them.
It was right behind the pillar, so it was pretty hard to see. I don't think the sniper saw it.
No, there's no reaction. There's no shot. I think that bug was clean, and I think that puts Calvin in a really good spot to win this match. They
So
just
now it
need
comes
one more
down to can
inspect.
he shoot for this second inspect here? We do know the BB is off.
Ooh!
Yeah, here comes the
It's
shot.
coming! The shot!
Great shot.
Very, very well done from QuickLime, considering
I
I
think
don't know if he saw the bug.
Yeah, I don't think he saw the bug either. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he saw the bug or not. It didn't look too visible in the sniper cam. So that was just a good shot for second inspects. There hadn't been a lot of inspects in this map by other guests.
No, I mean, the bug path itself may have been visible. So it's
Yes, it
possible there
was.
was some suspicion for that. It's also possible there could have been something for the time ad that we didn't notice, but I still think it's a really impressive shot considering the bug just wasn't visible. You didn't
I
really
think
have
it's
anything
just yeah.
super
I think it's
concrete
just
there.
first person to after the banana bread, the first person to finish their inspects.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right, so QuickLime has a point now in this match.
Yeah, QuickLime is on match point, and he's
And
chosen
it's
Smallman.
going into small man. Love it.
This is definitely a map where you can get some use out of Smallman if you're behind a conversation circle, maybe get a purloin without being seen, and you can also go to those back statues if the conversation in front of them is full. We're with the double agent, but I don't think you want to contact when you're alone with them.
No, I don't think so. Wasn't a great time to BB anyway. There would have been a few lowlights.
No, but we do have the flirt up to 82% now.
Well, if you want to go back to the back center statues, there's a fingerprint on them now, so there's that.
Ah, yes, go to the center statue with a fingerprint on it as Smallman.
It's an option.
It is. I'm very curious to see if he'll do it.
Got good flirt progress here to start out.
No, we have Toby with us.
Just hanging out. Don't take this purloin now.
It looks like we ignored Toby. I'm looking at the log. It says the waiter gave up on us, but I don't think Calvin noticed that.
I'm not sure.
So we're with the double agent. It looks like QuickLime is trying to set up for a contact. We've requested a drink. Do we think that this is a good spot to purloin?
No, Amba just took a drink. I think we're going for a fingerprint.
Nice, getting the drink fingerprint.
Yeah, that's a really good awareness there. Takes the innocent drink.
Well,
but it's not so
innocent.
It's got a fingerprint on it.
Very good call from QuickLime.
Yeah,
a fingerprint off a drink is really hard to catch.
I wonder, yeah, it's hard to say. I don't see any particular reaction, but there wouldn't necessarily be one from Calvin. So it's really hard to say if Calvin knows or not. He was definitely watching for the purloin.
No, it looks like we were walking towards something on the right side of the venue, but we sort of hard redirected into the painting pad, gonna plan our next move. And we're entering a very innocent conversation. Could be a good way to lose some suspicion.
Yeah,
you're so far away, you can't be flirting with anyone.
We're taking this a bit slow, though. We've only got a minute 12 left. We're going to start the real banana bread here. Oh, no.
Real? No, we're only with Kane in this
sorry.
conversation, so it's
yeah,
not
this is
real.
A fake banana bread. Interesting call.
I think that's a
we
very
do
interesting
highlight
call.
For real, though.
Going to frame someone or just try to induce some sort of shot, even though we were making mission progress. And we walked right by the ambassador. The ambassador was at the statues, and we walked right by them to get to the bookcase.
We go to books instead. I don't really...
Yeah,
Are we
I'm just
going
worried.
for a frame here?
I'm worried that QuickLime could get credited for a bug, even though they didn't take it. It may have been hard to tell how close he was to the ambassador when he walked by.
I think there's still a fingerprint on those center statues if you want it. There's the real banana bread. Were you gonna get shot for that or no? We're just looking for the purloin.
Watching for the purloin. But at this point, I just don't think there's no plan to finish. And again, you just have to hope that Calvin follows that 0% timeout and shoots someone.
If we had like 10 more seconds, we could go to that center statues, get the fingerprint, and do inspects.
But we're not. We're going to time out and challenge Calvin. And Calvin's not going to shoot. Calvin's watching the purloin. Nothing's happening. Another time ad right at the end, and the shot is going to come off for sure. There it is. Calvin takes the point, makes it a tie party, and proves that the 0% timeout was just due to low sample size. And, you know, QuickLime just wasn't able to count on it.
And also, that was essentially a timeout victory from the sniper. In effect, just we got the time ad and it was seen, so
Yeah, I
the
think
shot
both of
hit.
those were very much like timeouts.
Yep. So we get a tie party.
All right, I'm just gonna reach out to both of them, see if they want to do an interview. All right, so we are going to have QuickLime joining us for a short interview. Calvin might as well.
All right.
So let's just move on over to headquarters. Looks like Minty Rug versus Cartwright is also starting up if you want to go in game and watch that. Hey, QuickLime. Good game.
Hey, hold on a
Hey,
second.
good
I
game.
gotta get my setup going here.
No problem.
Sure. I'm just going to get set up as well.
Hmm.
Very well played. Those last ballroom games were really, really down to the wire. And that whole match was just really, really close. You did a great job getting that early lead and maintaining it for quite a while.
Yeah, it's a pretty rare day when I get out to an early lead, so I think I was just a little too excited about that and wasn't able to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
But I'll take a tie any day, especially against Calvin. I know he was sort of in the running there for the top two, and uh, still gaining a point from me. I think he's still in the talk about that going into the latter half of the season.
Yeah. So great to get a point off of this one. Um, I'm curious to know, like, just playing against Calvin, because we noticed that Calvin had a 0% rate of letting the spy time out a sniper. And I'm just curious if you were trying to test Calvin at all on whether or not he's going to take some, because he took some late shots at the end, and it looked like on ballroom, it looked like you didn't really have a plan to finish at the end. I'm just curious if you thought that Calvin might take a shot at the end, or if that was on your mind at all.
I don't know. He shot wrong already once, I think twice by that point. So I think on both of those I had only done two of four missions, so or like one of three missions. So I think he was starting to get the idea that I don't always finish missions, and if he had seen my history, he's seen that I've timed out plenty of times, far more than the average. So but then again, very last match, just trying to salvage a point. Maybe he would have tried to take a shot. I don't know, but I felt it was more critical of me to try and get it in. I was kind of trying to frame Rocker there, but she wasn't doing enough to really make it worth it. So felt like I needed to finish.
Yeah, the other match that came down to nearly a timeout but had a time ad was the gallery match where Quicklime, you were Taft, and
Yep.
Calvin, who just joined us, Calvin was the sniper. And Calvin, if you're able to let us know, you almost took a shot on that one, but you held it just long enough for the time ad to come in. Were you planning to shoot Irish there at the end? And when did you decide not to and maybe notice the time ad?
Um, so I think Irish had done fingerprints, at least some inspects. She wasn't out for the BB. So I was really hoping to, I had safety off. I was trying to shoot her or thinking about it, but I thought, let's just take a risk, let it time out. And then I saw the white time ad, and there was only one person coming away from Windows. So, yeah, I kind of lucky on that one that I didn't take it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's debatable if it's luck or skill. You did make the correct call to hold that shot, and also made the correct call not to shoot anyone on the last ballroom game. Mm, so let's see. All right, it's hard for me to come up with questions sometimes when I was hosting and casting. Everything becomes a total blur. Para, do you remember any
Yeah,
other
same here. It's
notable
been so
moments?
long ago. I'm trying to remember the pub set because I really enjoyed the pub set. I'm just trying to remember if I had questions about it.
Yeah, the pub set was really good. There were a lot of interesting decisions there, I think.
Yeah, I think on my sniper pub games, I was really having a hard time keeping track of the bar. I think the third game, no, must have been the second game
Yeah,
where I was a sniper.
there
There
was a
was
yeah.
there was just a huge bar rush at the beginning, and then got delegated to, and I just
Oh.
couldn't put it together who was who
We have an
or
audience
who had
question
delegated.
for QuickLime, which was, did you see the bug? And that's when Calvin was Queen. I'm getting it up on screen now. Queen walked by the ambassador and did a bug. The arm is not visible at all on screen, but you did end up shooting Queen. Did you consider the bug path?
I think that's one of the few times for any of my future opponents, bugs are normally free on me. I'm just now starting to at least give credit for bugs at this point. Um, but yeah, I pretty much never see bugs, but I think in that specific instance, I kind of credited a bug. I think I saw her take like a weird path at some point, and so I credited the bug off of that. If I'm remembering the spot correctly, I think it was right behind the one of the pillars of the
That's
pub
yes.
is is where it happened. I think I credited that, and then just kind of made up my mind like I got to take the shot because otherwise I'm just going to be tunneling.
Yeah, I thought I got away with that for sure. I was gonna inspect once, finish, and then the
Yeah, we
really good
also
shot
thought
came
that
off.
you got away with it, but a very impressive shot came off. So what the reason for the shot was that you suspected the bug path, and then there was a second statue visit?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that was the first statue visit. If it was the second statue visit, I might have actually given him credit for going to statues twice on a one inspect map.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, well, this
I,
was ballroom, so you need two inspects, and I think there was another one
oh, on
earlier.
ballroom. On ballroom. Okay. On ballroom. God, this match just happened. You think I remembered it?
Oh, wait, did I say
Um,
something wrong? Yeah, I was talking about Queen on ballroom bugging. Uh,
Yeah, it was Queen on ballroom, middle conversation circle, and then
okay.
I
Well,
came around. It was sort of behind a pillar, but I came around and went to windows, and then went
I,
right to finish and specs.
I think I did credit you with a bug. If not at that moment, I think somewhere very early in the game, I think I saw you walk past and I credited you, and then you were also Queen was also the only one to inspect twice, other than Alice right at the beginning. But I low lighted her because she was at one of the statues during the BB. So
cool. I wanted to talk about the last game on pub. Quicklime was salmon, and I believe that there was an unfortunate incident with a missed pad over at the statues when you were trying to flirt with Smallman, and then eventually a shot came off from Calvin. I was wondering, Calvin, how much of that did you notice, and what led to shooting salmon there?
better question: how much of all of my jukes and misses did you notice throughout pub? Because my keyboard decided not to work until we got to courtyard.
Oh my God, yeah,
Oh
because
no.
there was the statue missed pad on pub, which was the first one, and then there was also a briefcase return, which got a little bit strange as well. And so to me, it looked like Calvin was sort of onto all of that.
Yeah, I definitely saw the mist pad, or I saw something weird happening back by the statue. So I didn't know if it was like you were coming from the statue to the bar, or like missed the pad and whatever. All I saw was some something going on, and I think you might have gotten stuck on the corner of the bar or something too. So there was some weird pathing going on, and yeah, the briefcase return I noticed was a little strange. As in, I think you went like pretty far past the ambassador or something. I don't
Yeah,
remember
there's like a little
exactly
bit
what
of a
it is.
weird curve. I've got it
He
up on
kind of just
screen.
he kind of just weaves in an S shape to get to the ambassador, just
Yeah,
drunken basically.
And then you
yeah.
finally took the shot when
Hey,
Salmon
hey,
went to the bar.
I've only had one beer thus far.
Yeah, I think early on in the set, I was really cautious of mission completes, so I was taking shots that, there was maybe partial progress. So, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I think
probably something I need to work on.
the last thing I wanted to ask you, Calvin, there was a courtyard game. It went down to almost the last second, and you shot Taft after a banana bread. And that was a civilian shot.
Yeah, I think this is again where I'm crediting a lot of mission, or I'm crediting that I missed a lot of mission progress, right? So I think Taft had at least inspected, maybe done a partial fingerprint, kind of scanning through the replay here. He might have gone to statues twice, and then he's just in for BB. BB's coming off late in the game, and I'm just
You just didn't
thinking,
want to risk it, letting Taft win
yeah,
there.
I'm thinking I gotta try and do something, right? So that's just kind of a weakness that I'm really hesitant to let people time out. That I think I started to remedy a little bit later in the set, but I think that's just a highlight is in with the BB.
Yeah, gallery is
Got to
where
pick
you
the
caught
most.
up. You went 2-0 on that one. All right. Well, those were all the the most notable moments sticking in my mind. But like I said, it's hard to always remember everything when I'm casting and hosting. Were there any other moments that either of you think were notable? Anything that you want to sort of explain your point of view on in case anyone missed it?
Yeah, pretty much the only thing I ever want to point out is that my keyboard loves to just crap out on me at the most inconvenient times.
Hmm.
Um, and it's also worth noting too. I actually played the very first that very first game, my sniper on pub. There was a good like 15 seconds of lag, and normally I'd call it out and say, "Hold on, I want to restart my client." But as soon as it like finally stopped lagging, I thought I saw a bug, and so I went on with the game thinking, oh, I guess I can salvage this. But then luckily I was able to find the right shot anyway. I forget who bugged, but it was a civilian.
Hmm.
So that was the only reason I didn't stop that. Uh, but yeah, as usual, my curse. The first couple of games are kind of wonky on my end, but
Well, they may have been wonky, but you did win the first couple. Anyway, well played to both of you. It was a really exciting match. You know, quick early lead from QuickLime, Calvin bringing it back, going into ballroom, tied, and then just getting that really clutch shot from QuickLime, and then the great holding of the shot from Calvin made for a really exciting ending. So well played to both of you, and thank you for agreeing to let us cast that. Thanks for coming in for the interview as well.
no, thank you for casting and appreciate the interview. It's actually something that they used to do on the main SCL cast that they don't do pretty much ever anymore. But it was one of my favorite parts when I watched in season two. So
Interesting.
thanks for doing it.
And we head on to the post-game screen, and due to a tie party, you both get medals. Congratulations.
Yay!
Hooray!
Go us.
Participants.
All right, thank you everyone for watching. Feel free to open up Spy Party and head in game and watch Minty Rug versus Cartwright. And I believe tomorrow, Thursday night, over on T Flames stream, there is another match which we'll be casting. A lot happening. Let me check what that is. Looks like we're going to be casting Zero Doom versus Alexair in Copper at 9:30 p.m. EST on T-Flames channel tomorrow night. So thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Good night.